What's up, YouTube? Your boy back once again with another sport topic, and today we're gonna talk some football. Houston Texans football. Y'all already know what it is. We about to break down and recap the game, man. So much in this wild card game. So much good, so much bad. Just too much to talk about. Playoff football. Houston, playoff football. Y'all excuse my voice. I'm a little hoarse from all the shouting during the game. And also, if y'all missed my live reaction on Saw Sports, we did a live stream. Y'all go check out that live stream. I did an immediate reaction. That was genuine right there. I was too hype and too crunk, and that's another reason why my voice is probably sound a little bit off and kind of gone because of that. Because I was out there just too hype. Because this game took a lot out of you. I mean, it was so much in this game. We're gonna talk about. We're gonna break it down because there's a lot to talk about. A whole lot, good and bad. Houston Texans got the victory versus the Buffalo Bills in overtime, 22-19. And to be honest, this game should never went to overtime, but we're gonna talk about it. Houston Texans, Deshaun Watson was 20 of 25 attempts for 80 completion percentage, 241 yards, 1 touchdown. He was sacked 7 times in the game. We gotta talk about that too. Passer rating 121. Watson 14 rushes for 55 yards and a touchdown. Carlos Hyde 16 rushes for 48 yards. Duke 3 rushes for 39 yards. Hopkins targeted 8 times, 6 catches for 90 yards. Tre'Davious White, where you at, bro? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that matchup individually. Cause I got a lot to say about that. Steele targeted 5 times, got 4 catches for 46 yards. Fells targeted 5 times, 4 catches for 37 yards. Tywan Jones, 1 target, 1 catch for a big, huge 34-yard gain. Duke, 3 targets, 3 catches for 30 yards. Houston Texans held Josh Allen had 24 attempts. 24 completions off of 46 attempts for a completion percentage of 52, 264 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but sacked 3 times for a passer rating of 69. Allen had 9 rushes for 92 yards with a big, huge gain of a 42-yard gainer. And then one of his big plays, he had 1 catch for 16 yards, but ended up being a touchdown. And man, I guess I'm gonna start it off down 16-0. JJ came through with a huge sack. Actually, at that time it was 13-0. Came up with a huge sack to get him out, to put them in the they had to force a 4th field goal, and that really hyped up the crowd. Because then after that, the Texans went on a 19-point run to go up, being down from 16-0 to being up 19-16. And I mean, like, to be honest, this game is clearly all on your stars, your perennial Pro Bowlers, your All Pros, Deshaun Watson. Even though he hasn't made All Pro yet, but back-to-back Pro Bowler. JJ, the way he played, I think he had 2 quarterback hits also to add with his 1 sack, and then Hopkins on Tre'Davious White. Tre'Davious White, where you at? Because I mean, you talking before the game. Well, he only had like 60 yards in the game, and only 20 was on me, and he's not even all that good. But he has 3 consecutive first-team All Pros and has 90 yards. And that big 40-yard gainer on your ass. Right on you, straight, bro. And he had that same look in his eye he had when he had that spin move against the Cowboys in overtime. Like, he came up with that same look. I said, he got the killer mentality in it. It was clear. So that's, if we want to be honest about this game, we want to be crunk about the game, we could. That's the reason why you won the game. But man, my video should have been out because this game should have been over. The game should have never went to overtime. Because Bill O'Brien went to bed twice, multiple times actually. But probably the biggest one is that he almost let this incredible comeback slip away because he allowed this team to go to overtime because of his just completely conservative mentality, bad play calling, and this is what I was saying. So there's a reason why. It's a trend that with Bill O'Brien as your head coach, he's been the head coach for 6 years. And I don't want to turn this into a Bill O'Brien bashing situation but I just want to put some things in perspective. 6 years he's been here. He's won the division 4 times. He's won now 2 playoff games. But out of the 4 home playoff games that he's played, in all 4 of them, he was down 30-0 against Kansas City because he never scored in that game. That game ended 30-0. He scored in the win against, of course, obviously he scored in the win against Oakland. He was down 21-0 last year at halftime before Deshaun got basically a garbage touchdown with Kiki, and then it was end up 21-7. And in this game here at home, you're down 16-0. That's a problem. All the excuses, I won't hear no excuses. Well, Will Fuller, because somebody tells me, man, we ain't shit without Fuller. Fuller's the MVP. And that might be true. But there's no excuse. Like, the excuses are out. You've ran out of the excuses. Oh, we don't have a quarterback. Oh, we don't have a defense. Oh, we don't have this. Oh, we don't have an offensive line. You've ran out of excuses because the Steelers have played all year with duct tape and glue and almost made it to the playoffs. Carson Wentz battled his way into the playoffs with no receivers. His number one receiver is Greg Ward. He used to be quarterback of U of H. Stop it. There's no more excuses. Seattle's doing everything they're doing, but they don't have no running game. That's why they go get Marshawn Lynch because all their running backs are hurt. So I don't want to care that your number 2 receiver ain't playing and your offense plays like shit. When you're supposed to be this offensive-minded guru, stop it. The excuses are out of there. The excuses are out there. And this defense, man, we had so many potential pick sixes in this game. Roby had a clear walk-in touchdown. And then the very next play, JJ almost had a pick six. And I think that ended up being a completion. But that should have been a pick six. But but JJ is a defensive lineman. And he is coming in 100%. He got that pectoral, even though it didn't go right through his hand. But you just think about if this was a couple years ago, if this 2011 JJ, 2012 JJ, 2013, 2014 JJ, that might be a pick six, and I think NRG was erupted if that was the case. But you cannot, in the next round, you can't let those opportunities, you can't let those situations happen against Baltimore and against Kansas City. You can't allow Baltimore and Kansas City to jump out 16-0 on you. You can't. And it depends on what happens with the Titans as of right now. According to mine, the Titans are up 14-13 at halftime. So I'm actually going for the north side. Come on, north side. Because I want to go to Kansas City. I think the Texans fare better against Kansas City in Kansas City than against Baltimore because I think you should be able to run the ball a little bit well. That's another thing, too. This running game. Like, it started being, the offense started being effective when they started running the football with Deshaun Watson. I mean, it just, and that's why I'm saying, like, anybody who wants to doubt our quarterback, because people was coming in saying, man, I got real questions. Deshaun got to prove a lot in the playoffs. I got real questions. Man, stop all that, man. You can't talk about my quarterback no more. Y'all know me. I'm a Tech fan. I've seen every pass Pat has ever thrown in college. I've watched all his games. I'm a huge Texas fan. Like, Pat is my boy. Man, there ain't no quarterback I want over Defoe. And I'm not just saying it just because I'm a Texas fan. Because I know the arm talent that Pat has. I get it. I understand. I know the throws he makes. But the combination of the off-script plays that Deshaun can make also with his legs and with his arm. Now, we're going to talk about the comparing between Deshaun and Lamar Jackson in just a minute. But just, I mean, and just the heart of a fighter, the heart of a champion. The way on that 20-yard touchdown. Like, I mean, he got he gets to the 5, the set, like between the 10 and the 7, and gets tackled and carries 2 to 3 defenders into the end zone for a touchdown because his team is down 16-0. JJ just got a huge sack. The crowd is ramped up because JJ, everybody know, is more JJ fans than real Texan fans. We get it, and he understands that, and he knows what type of situation we in, and he carries 2 guys into the end zone. He's a quarterback. He's not a running back. It ain't like, I mean, it's not even Andre Johnson. Andre Johnson is a big-ass, bulky receiver. This is a quarterback. And he's breaking, it's not even Big Ben. He's not like a Big Ben type or Dante Culpepper type big-ass quarterback. Deshaun Watson carried 2 defenders in because he had to get that touchdown. And then on 2-point conversion, one thing I will give Bill O'Brien credit for is the gumption to go for the 2-point conversions twice, even though the second one you really had to because like kicking an extra point in that situation didn't do you no good because it only brought you up by 2. But he didn't have to go for a 2-point conversion in that second one. I mean, that first one. And the gumption that he got, I give him credit for that. I give credit where credit is due. I give him credit for that. I do give him credit for going for it right there and getting that 2-point conversion. And Deshaun muscled on that one as well. Then, just after that, the defense started to lock up some. I mean, the defense towards the end did the plays. They put pressure on Josh Allen because I talked about this before. Josh Allen has improved from last year. But if you force him in passing situation, he's still a subpar passer. His season completion percentage is 58, under 60%, and his passer rating is at 85 for the year. Today you held him to under that on both completion percentage 52, quarterback rating 69. Like he's not that good of a passer as a pure passer. So if you put him in passing situations, you have leads, you hurt him. Now one thing he's exceptionally run the football. And that first drive, oh my, the way that and when he was breaking out to the side, like he was galloping so slow. He didn't hit the burns when he hit the second level. When he got in secondary, he actually had a little juice to it. But before that, it was just bad. And then the tackling, oh man, the tackling. That's why I say you cannot do this against Kansas City or against Baltimore. The tackling in Baltimore is going to crush you. The missed opportunities on picks by Roby, that's going to crush you again. Guy I want to give credit to is Gary Conley. He had 3 pass deflections today. Gary Conley played like I said. I think that Roby might be more physically gifted, but I think that Conley is the better player. I think that his is more so technique and him not recognizing his technique. He has poor technique, and I said that when we brought him in. Those are things that you're not going to correct those things in a couple weeks or even a season. Those things won't get corrected until next year. But you do see a difference on the way he played in Oakland, the way he played the Oakland game, his first game here, and the way he plays now. He's playing a little bit more confidence, and I do expect that next year, I think Garion's going to be. I'm not saying he's going to be an All-Pro or Pro Bowl, but I think, like I said, as long as he's a solid corner, you spent the 3rd round pick. As long as he's a solid, legitimate starter, you're good with the 3rd round. You're good out of your 3rd round pick playing at that level. And I do think at the very least he's going to be. I think next year he has the potential to be the best corner on the team and a legitimate starting corner in the NFL and the best corner on your team. And I think he's gonna do well. I think that he showed leaps and bounds from the beginning of the year to now, from being in Oakland and to now. And he still has to prove. Like I said, it's still some of the things he does wrong, but I kind of put a lot of that on rack. I think the way our secondary is coached, the way our defense is coached, it does kind of put our offense in bad positions. Our defense in bad positions. But I do just think you just gotta, I think you gotta get better coaching in that standpoint. And Rack was almost a scapegoat because of this game. Because after Deshaun and the Texans go and take the lead, another 2-point conversion by Hop and Deshaun, you get the football after your defense plays well. And they have no timeouts, and it's 4th and 1. You have all 3 of your timeouts, and you decide to do a quarterback sneak. To me, that right there was probably the most dumbest thing that Bill O'Brien did in today's game, because this is what you could have did a whole bunch of things. I know. Shout out to Professor Trill. He brought up a good point. Try to force them to jump off sides. You had all 3 of your timeouts, so you could let the play clock drop all the way down to 1 second, call a timeout. And then the way the defense is playing, and I have to put a little bit of blame on Deshaun, because this is a time where Deshaun has to start being a veteran quarterback in this sense. When you see that defense is loading up the box, you see that defense is loading up the box. You have to call a timeout in this situation, like, hey, B.O.B., we got to do something else. We need to do an RPO. Because there's no way that I'm going to get this. And it was a long one. It wasn't 4th and inches. It was a 4th and 1. It was a long one. Damn near 4th and 2. Damn near 2 yards. We got to come up with this play because they loading up the box. Like the little pitch that they tried to do to Carlos Hyde, that Carlos Hyde almost fumbled. That would have worked out well, but I can see why they wouldn't have did that, because they wouldn't risk Carlos Hyde to fuck that off. But RPO, or like I say, call a timeout, kick a field goal, make it a 6-point game, and force Buffalo with no timeouts to drive the length of the field to get a touchdown, because they had to get a touchdown in that situation. That's what you should have done. But I just didn't agree with that play call, and you damn near cost this team a playoff victory, and also basically gave everybody in the city of Houston that's wearing deep steel blue, Liberty white, and battle red a heart attack. Shout out, and I think maybe we got close enough, because I see they wore the deep steel blue all day. We want them to wear the Color Rush jersey. That's what we want them to wear. Shout out to everybody out there that was tagging me on Twitter, on Instagram, and things like that, trying to get the Texans to wear the Color Rush. I appreciate all y'all, but we got close enough. I say that we got close enough with the deep steel blue. Now in overtime, Man, fails again, almost cost us with dropping that play. And then Duke Johnson just so key. He got 3 runs for 39 yards. Every run was crucial. Then that third and 18 that he picked up the first down, where he floated over and got the conversion. Man, like Duke is just so crucial. He's a huge mismatch. I said that after the Patriots game, one of the NFL's biggest mismatches. We need to use him more. That once again lacks the creativity because we don't use him the way that even Cleveland, the Cleveland Browns, and this is before Baker Mayfield. The Cleveland Browns use Duke way more effectively in Cleveland than the Texans do. And I get it, we got a whole bunch of offensive weapons, but just because we have all these offensive weapons, we should maybe even use Duke even more. And I know Duke probably having a good time because he's never made never had a winning record in Cleveland. Now, not only is he having a winning record, he's in the playoffs and he's won the playoff games. I'm pretty sure he's playing, I'm pretty sure he definitely loves his situation here than it was in Cleveland. But I'm pretty sure he's like, man, like y'all can still, like y'all can roll me on the slide. Like, hey, ain't no Will Fuller. Shit, put me in the slide. Move Steals to the outside. Let Steals take some deep shots and put me to the outside. I mean, put me in the slide and let me eat underneath. But it is what it is. And then let's talk about this man putting on the Superman cape once again. The way that he breaks a tackle, almost sacked, and keeps his eyes downfield, makes a precision pass to Taiwan Jones, and Taiwan Jones catches runs for 34 yards and gets you in the field goal range. And that's why I want to bring up the Lamar Jackson. Because if that's Lamar Jackson, and this is not bashing Lamar Jackson, because I like Lamar Jackson a lot. If that's Lamar Jackson not looking to pass. For people who like, man, we should have drafted Lamar Jackson. It's a difference, bro. It really is. One, Lamar Jackson we see in Baltimore, trust me, under Bill O'Brien, we will not see Lamar Jackson in Houston. You can use Deshaun legs like Lamar Jackson, but they don't do it. Now, of course, he's not going to look as good as Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson runs on a different level than Deshaun. But at the same time, the combination of Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun has both of those combinations. He doesn't have the strongest arm like Pat. He doesn't have the same arm strength as Pat, but he can be that prolific of a passer because one, he's actually more accurate than Pat. He's one of the top deep passers in the field with accuracy. And then, yeah, he's not as elusive as Lamar Jackson, not as fast as Lamar Jackson. But also, he's not looking to run all the time. When he escapes that type of chaos, he looks to pass. You got 2 guys on you tackling you, you break out of it, then you run, you scramble, you look, and you see a player and you dump it out, and you not only convert the first down, but gets you in the field goal range to end the game. And then hearing him after the game, just showing how smart he is. He said that he made the adjustment, made a call. He said that on the opposite side, our favorite corner, Kevin Johnson, recognized the signal because he used to be here. He recognized the signal. He bit it and told the defense what they was doing. Deshaun changed it on the fly. Other quarterbacks would have not done that. If a DB on the other opposite team would have recognized one of their signals, they would have fucked up. Then there you go, pick 6 or whatever the case may be. But no, Deshaun recognizes that, oh shit, Kevin Johnson caught what I did. He recognized it. He gonna change. Well, shit, I'm gonna use that to my advantage now because since he know my adjustment, what I did do, I'm gonna do some real quick shit and fly. That's just the intelligence that Deshaun has. I mean, that's just what you get out of Deshaun. Like I say, this game kind of like the Colt game a couple weeks ago on Thursday Night Football. You won that game strength on Deshaun, Hopkins, and Fuller. You won this game on don't get twisted. You won this game on the strength of Deshaun, Hopkins, and JJ. We were up here talking about, we questioning should JJ go. I'm glad JJ came back. JJ proved why he came back because JJ was impactful. The JJ that we seen today was probably the most impactful that he's been. Maybe since 2015. Because he was especially for him not even to play 50% of the snaps. For him to play less than 50% of the snaps or right around 50% of the snaps. For him not playing, I mean, back then, no, he's playing back then and then last year, he's playing all the defensive snaps. He was impactful. he was impactful in the game. He had some quarterback hits. He had some he got some holding calls called for him. He was impactful in the game. So you got to give credit where credit is due. And I'm glad the Texans got the win, but they got to clean a lot of stuff up if they want to go on to beat either Baltimore or Kansas City. And depending on what the Titans do today, if they beat the Patriots, not it's all going to depend on that. But they got to clean a lot of stuff because you can't start off in either one of those games down 0-16, and you can't allow stuff to slip through your fingers. But I'm crunk about the win. Bill O'Brien has still a lot to prove. A lot to prove. But with this win, I think he does guarantee himself a job being the Texans next year. But like I say, just man, my quarterback, my receiver, since Darius White want to talk all that trash, even though I think you one of the top corners in the NFL right now, you balling. In Jameis Winston words, man, you ain't had no answer for Hop. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't. Comment below if you haven't. Click that bell. I'll get my videos. I holla.